Inside your bedroom, we stopped counting the days, lost in the rhythm.
Woo! Oh, I have done a terrible job updating you guys this week because it is now Thursday. Honestly, I haven't been doing a ton of writing, but I did want to update you guys because if you watched my Wednesday video, you're probably wondering. If you haven't watched the Wednesday video, it was all about my conference this last weekend at Romance-Lahoma in Oklahoma City. And I learned a lot, and a lot of what I learned did not come directly from these sessions, but what I observed and what I reflected on in my own author life. So go check that video out if you have not and come back or watch it after. It's fine. You don't have to watch it in order for what I'm going to say next to make sense, which is I am pretty for certain that I am pausing the Season of Witches series after this last winter book. So if you stuck with me for any amount of time, Season of Witches is my lighter fantasy romance. I like to tell people that I write fantasy romance, but Season of Witches is romance first, fantasy second. The fantasy is the B plot in that book. It also is lighter on the spice, and so it is a new adult book. It is an adult book, but younger audiences can read it, I believe, because there is limited amount of spice, and the sex that is in that series is not very graphic. It does occur on page. There's maybe like 1 or 2 scenes per book of it. I think Winter Witches really only has the 1 scene. But it is a lot more limited as far as sexual content goes. So I do believe that like your late teens, early 20s can read that and it not be anything graphic. But anyway, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb in the realms of everything else Amy Prokopis branding. I talk about it a lot more in that video. Go check that out. I'm not going to go super deep into it, but basically it doesn't match my overall branding and it's difficult to market because of that. And yes, I do market it, and yes, I do get a lot of sales from that series and those books, but I am getting ready as of December 1st when the 3rd and final winter book publishes. I'm getting ready to be at a really good pausing point in that series. And this weekend, and thinking on what I want to write, my branding, who I am as an author, and who I see myself continuing to be as an author, I have a lot of ideas, a lot of book ideas in my brain, and I came up with one that I definitely want to chase as soon as possible. And that means I need to create a space for that in my 2026 publishing schedule. And so for that purpose, I'm pausing the Season of Witches, at least for the time being. I will continue to promote it. I think it's an amazing series. People really do love it, but it does seem that that book split my readership. So I have my Amy Prokopis readers who adore that series and like those kinds of books. And then I have my Amy Prokopis readers who are fantasy driven and like the spicy stuff. And it seems like there is some overlap, but not a strong overlap. And I feel like I have split my marketing activities in order to accommodate that, and it has made more work. And so I am pausing that series for the time being. Will I come back to it? I think eventually, because I do have quite a few ideas laid out and in place for that series, but it may be another year or two because I want to chase other things that I think better fit my branding and what I am currently writing and what is to market right now and what is doing really well for me. And I want to continue working on those projects. So I will bring more information on those to you guys very soon. It's getting kind of hot in this car. I'm popping out of the office for the time being in order to grab lunch before I have my afternoon appointments. I don't have very many clients, but they are all in the afternoon today. And so I would really like to grab lunch, and then my plan is to get back to editing. So the actual writing update for this video. I haven't done any writing on Snow at Sunset this week, but I have started my mass final edits for Curse of Blood and Sight, which is going really well so far. I am on chapter 6. I'm remembering all over again why I love this book, and I am in love with it even more because the edits and the very small changes I am making are adding so much to this story as far as like how it's told. I cannot wait to be done with edits because it means that I will be finished with that. I can do the cover and I can start getting other readers involved, and then eventually arcs. So I am so excited about this book. All right. That was all I really had to report. I'm going to go grab lunch, come back, and start edits. Hello. Happy Friday. I feel like this week's vlog has just been a total bust. I have not done very much writing. I am almost finished editing Curse of Blood and Sight. That is the goal for today. I have some therapy things I need to wrap up, and then it's all the rest of the day on to editing. So my goal is to finish editing or implementing edits for Curse of Blood and Sight. That way that is completely done. And then I would love for this weekend to finish doing the book cover for the paperback. That way I can order a proof copy, hopefully get a copy of that to myself very soon because I have my, not my ARC reader. She's not really my proofreader. My proofreader friend ready and willing to read the book. So I would love to get that done and get that to her by sometime this next week, depending on shipping and whatnot. So that is the big goal. But yes, I feel like this vlog has been a bust just because there hasn't been a lot of writing things happening. And this last week was so busy with the writing conference and everything, and trying to get my feet beneath me because I felt a little like I was barely making it at times last week. So this week has just been really calm because I think we're all getting ready for back to school around here because my kid goes to school next week and my husband is crazy busy getting prepped for back to school. And then honestly, just wanting to take things slow and not be so busy after last week. So it has been, I don't know, it just hasn't been as busy, especially writing wise, to update you guys very much. I'm going to get a snack, maybe get a little bit more caffeine, and then we are wrapping things up so we can get back to editing Curse of Blood and Sight. Whew. All right, guys. I finished editing Curse of Blood and Sight. Woo! That is super exciting. We are having friends over for dinner tonight. We are doing sushi. We're making sushi. That is one of our favorite things to do with other couple friends because you just kind of roll and snack as you go, and it's just a lot of fun. So we are doing sushi tonight with some friends. We're gonna have all of our kids piled in the living room to play. It'll be a really fun night to celebrate, just being friends. We're just hanging out. It has nothing to do with my book, but I'm celebrating finishing writing Curse of Blood and Sight. So I cannot wait to bring more sneak peeks to you guys. I have started to bring promotional stuff to Instagram. So very shortly, I will be also putting sneak peeks on Patreon. I think I went back and forth on this. I think that I may put the spicy scenes, or at least a spicy scene, on Patreon, the full thing for people to read, because I think it would be really fun. So yeah, at least one. I don't know. I have like a total of 7 or 8. I think there might be 8 scenes in this one book, which is crazy. Because it's not really any longer than Curse of Wings and Darkness was. So that's a lot of sexy time to be putting in one book. But I am very excited. I'm super happy that I have finished editing. Next thing, I need to really buckle down and draft out this book. I really need to draft out Snow at Sunset because I still would love to have that done for editing by September. So wish me luck. you didn't see in my time lapse of me doing my part of my Saturday, Sunday chores, my house is a disaster zone. I'm not even going to show you the rest of it. I just walked through the worst of it. So my house is crazy right now. We are fully in back to school mode. I still haven't woken up yet. I just got my coffee. I need to sit down and drink some coffee before I'm like fully functional. Holy crap. But it is Sunday. I need to wrap up this video and start working on editing stuff. Gosh, my hair is so tangly. I've posted a couple of times on my social media about it, but if you haven't seen, I have restocked my books. So if you would like a signed copy of one of my books or like bookmarks or some other goodies, go to amyprokopis.com. There's a link down below to get one because I don't restock super often. So if there's something you really, really want, just go ahead and grab it. Because when I go to events and things, that's when things tend to just sell out. And again, like I said, I don't restock super often just because my time is more limited still. So I don't have the resources and time to dedicate towards dealing with the shop 24/7. So I only do like limited stock. So go get that if there's something you want. Still, not a whole lot of writing happening. Yesterday, we enjoyed some family time. I did sit down and work on some prep and planning for future books. I've already said it in the video and made the announcement, and I'm still I was worried that I would want to rescind my announcement, but I still feel pretty confident that I at least need to pause Season of Witches after I finish the winter season, just because I have some really strong ideas that I want to chase. Strong ideas as in they won't leave me alone, and it's actually causing me a little bit of stress because I want to start working on these things so badly, and it's putting a damper on writing Snow at Sunset, which is a lovely book. I love this book. It is so fun to write. I really like writing as these three sisters. So don't get me wrong. I'm not having a lot of trouble writing Snow at Sunset. I'm just having a hard time sitting down to do it. And so that tells me that maybe we need to shake things up and move on to something a little different. So I think I am pausing that. So it's been over a week, I think, since I've made that announcement, made it publicly known that I am pausing that. I am not bringing the new book announcement yet. I don't know when I will bring that to you guys, but I'm not bringing that to you guys yet. So, yes, I am going to pause Season of Witches after I finish Snow at Sunset. So don't worry. I do plan eventually to come back to it and move to the other seasons because they are super, super sweet. But I just want to chase some things that are a little bit more marketable. So I'm feeling good about the decision. I'm hoping to get more writing done this week as everybody goes back to school/work. And I've been at work, but I feel like I'm going to have a little bit more time this week in the schedule to focus on that. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited about that because I desperately need to finish this book so that we can get it off to the editor and get everything wrapped up and finished in time for publication day in December. So I need to, oh my gosh, guys, something needs to light a fire under me. But that is all the updates. I finished editing. I finished final edits for Curse of Blood and Sight. I actually started to do interior design and formatting last night. That was part of what I worked on. So we are getting so much closer to finishing that book and having actual copies in my hands, which I am so excited about. I am hoping to dedicate a lot of this week to writing Snow at Sunset, but I am also hoping in between some of that time to finish the cover wrap, the paperback for Curse of Blood and Sight, and order that this week. I don't think I'll have that in at all this week to hand off to my proofreader, but I would really like to order it so that maybe next week or two I will have that physically in my hands to look at and make adjustments as needed. And also so that my proofreader can start double checking the interior to make sure there's nothing we need to add or adjust. So I'm feeling good. Yeah, that's, I think, all the updates. So hopefully this will be a better week. Let me know down below what you're working on and what you're looking forward to. Do you have back to school craziness happening at your house too? Because it is wild around here at mine and I can hardly keep up. So, oh my gosh, we will get there. Things will get better and even out, and I'm hanging on to that. That's what I am looking forward to. Let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to. And read books, be kind. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!